Hello my fellow gamers, welcome back to Comfortable Gaming, and in today's video we're doing Destiny 2 item level, how to gear up faster, and it's a short simplified version for people that are a little bit confused. You might be a new player, completely new to Destiny, or you're a returning player, and what to do in the new season of The Lost, what's the soft cap, hard cap, pinnacle cap, and we're gonna go all over those today. And where to get which gear at certain item levels. And if you're feeling stuck, you're not getting better gear, well, in this video we'll show you where you can get better gear and how to get past your soft cap, hard cap, whichever way you are. And also we're going to go over a little bit how gear works and how your power level and item levels work as you play the game for those new players and maybe some returning players that maybe haven't played Destiny since the beginning and things have changed. So let's straight away jump into it. Okay, the first thing I want to go over is obviously your power level. Now, in the new season, you get your 3 caps of power level. Starting with soft cap, 1270, then 1320 hard cap, and then going to pinnacle 1330 cap, which is your pinnacle for your gear as your max item level. Now, as you will see, I don't have 1330 gear everywhere, but my item level is 1330. Now, what that means is you get your bonus plus power levels as you play the season. Each season this resets, so every time you play and you do bounties, quests, whatever you're doing in the game contributes to your season of The Lost as your season pass type of thing, and this is where you get your bonus power gains, your plus 10. Also to note that if you are plus 10 or whatever you are, that doesn't mean you are going to get extra better gear at 330. So what this essentially means is that your power level doesn't contribute to the gear drops in the game. Your gear contributes to that. Now, if you are at starting player and also your artifacts going to the artifacts and stuff, which really help, and there's some new things that shape the classes, which is really nice, that spec your gear and whatever weapons you're using, which is also another thing that comes seasonal every 3 months in Destiny or so. But going back to gear, so, and also going to stats now, and things like that. I want to go over this a little bit, gearing and items. So your mobility is obviously straightforward, how jump you, hide, how you move. Resistance is how much health you have and how much damage you can take. And thing which is important for PvP recovery is how quickly you regenerate your health and to the cooldown of your rift. Discipline is for your grenades. Intellect is how quickly your super recharges. And melee obviously strength. So depending what type of build you run, you want to max those stats out and type of thing. Obviously, you can upgrade your gear all the way to 10 energy and add mods to it and things like that. And as you can see, a seasonal power cap is 1330. And I'm at this item level, I think is 1321. And also to note, that's the seasonal cap. But if you play the game and you've seen people with higher that, and that is due to the bonus level that I was speaking about just now. Now, like I said, you just do any world activities for bonus levels. Now, if you're a starting player and you just started Destiny and you are not at soft cap, pinnacle cap, or hard cap, or wherever you are, any gear that drops through quests as you play the main story, to doing a little bit of Vanguard, strikes, whatever you want to be doing, control, any gear will drop to you and you will level all the way up to 1270 until soft cap. Now, to note also, once you reach the soft cap, you will notice that each gear you're getting, like your prime Ingrams from your guy at the tower, will also stay 1270. Now, how do you get better gear? Now you need to do activities where you do your bounties and where you can get your pinnacle gear from doing quests and things. And sometimes doing pinnacle challenges at such a lower item level is quite challenging. But what you do is you finish your bounties for your, let's say, Gambit or strikes and stuff through the week as it weekly resets with that golden thing that shines next to it. That means where you can get gears from doing bounties or just doing, let's say, 3 matches of strike, and then you have to win 7 matches on survival and things like that. And that's where you could increase your power level past 1270, the soft cap. And after that, you keep playing until you reach, obviously, the hard cap. And you'll be doing the same thing. You're doing your dailies and things like that, which I'll go later in the video where exactly in each detail. For new players or someone who's a little bit confused, I'll go later in the video exactly where you can get better gear and stuff. Going on back to once you reached the hard cap. Now this is the most hardest part and the most grindy. It's to get your character in season 15 to 1330. And obviously your power level does help, that you grant your power level bonus. I mean, it does help to a certain extent, but again, like I said, it does not help you get better gear. Your gear is depending on the gear and what gear drops. The power level helps if you're doing Grandmaster Nightfalls and things like that. So if you want to be doing really harder content, that's what the power level does help, to get your gear level a little bit faster. And also to remember that once the season is finished, that power level resets. Your gear will stay the same. So if you are geared at 1330 the best and the next season starts, it will be there. So don't worry, you won't lose your gear and your item level, you will just lose your power level, and then in the new season you will need to play it again. But as you can see here, anything that I even gets from season, it is still capped at 1320, and that's where I'm at. I need to be doing now the pinnacle to get to 1330. That's where I am at. And now how to upgrade to 1330 is to, obviously the only way to do this is to get pinnacle gear. So you will see on the map these little golden things next to each planet or Crucible or Vanguard. Now, most of you who are returning players or who've been playing and you're looking to upgrade, you know what I'm talking about. For new players, that's when weekly resets and you have your challenges or your bounties to complete. And let's say Crucible, you need to win 3 matches and then you unlock pinnacle gear and things like that. Or you do the prophecy dungeon in the tower, which is quite challenging, and you do need a friend for that. And you need a decent item level. So you need to wait for that and type of thing. And should you be farming pinnacle gear at a lower item level, yes, it does boost you quite a lot quicker. Now, places where you can get pinnacle gear is, here's the list, guys. Pause the video if you want to see and read it, but I'll keep talking about them now. So you can get your weekly playlist challenges for your certain activities such as Crucible Strikes and Gambit. Like, for example, your control and things like that. Win 7 wins and grants only powerful gear tier 1, so it doesn't rank pinnacle. So if you are looking for pinnacle, it's not that one. All you have to do is, it's just very easy, just complete 3 matches of any control, elimination, rumble, or mayhem, whichever you're choosing to do. And then your each ranks for as you level up. You get engrams that can grant you the powerful engrams if you grant a new rank. And especially if you get legendary, you do get an exotic, which is very good. And then seasonal activities, you need to do your 4. Obviously, you have your bounties here to do for gear, but that's not for pinnacle. It's here. Pinnacle, defeat 4 champions, which grants pinnacle gear, which is fairly easy to do. It can be solid, but you do need to be a little bit of a higher item level. But I'm assuming if you are chasing only pinnacle gear, you should be 1320, but you can do it at a lower level, which I have done it at, if anyone's looking who's still not in 1320. And your latest raids, you can do your Vault of Glass, which also grants pinnacle gear. You will need a fire team and people. Like, you can find people nowadays online in Discord to do raids, so because there is still no looking for raid in Destiny, so that can help quite a lot. And your latest dungeon is your prophecy dungeon that you do find in the tower, which is quite challenging. It can be solid if you really have a good build going already and you're a little bit of an expert in Destiny. And you can do it with 2 people, like one of your friends. You can co-op it, but it can be quite challenging to do. So I suggest finding some people to do it, or if you got a friend that you're playing with, just read the guide on how the dungeon is run and how it needs to be done. It's not too difficult, but it can be a little bit challenging. And then after that, you can go to your Trials of Osiris, which just passed recently, and Iron Banner, which also grant pinnacle gear. Trials of Osiris is not always around, same as Iron Banner. So, but don't worry, the season does last for a long time. So they do come back in certain resets of the week. So they won't be around now, but they will come back again. So don't worry if you just missed them now. Don't worry, they'll be back. And for your Nightfall, you need to have a decent gear and decent team on your team to get the pinnacle gear for 100,000 points score. So you need to increase the item level. And I suggest doing it obviously already at the hard cap of 1320, but which when you do increase the level for the strike, then in Nightfall it does switch off matchmaking. So you will do need to find some friends to play with to do it. and that's the easiest way to do it. And obviously you get your ranks, which you can also get gear as you level up, which really helps. And again, going back to new players and stuff, so as I'm going over all the things, just keep leveling and until you reach the caps. And then you saw all around where I was pointing, the crucible and things. Don't worry too much now chasing pinnacle gear. Just get any powerful gear 1, powerful tier gear 2, and you will get pinnacle gear just completing these strikes in a week when it rests. Would also boost your item level quite a lot. You will get quite decent gear then. And now I just want to go over going to the tower for a couple of new players and stuff where a few things are, and just to explain a little few things if some people are still confused, because we did talk about pinnacle gear, and most people who are already looking for pinnacle gear should know these things and type of thing, where to go and stuff. So this is where your vendor for your strikes is, which is pretty simple. You just close on the map and you will find it. Now this gear, where as you rank up, usually doesn't give you good gear. It really doesn't matter what item level you are, it doesn't always gives you quite underpowered gear. So do not be chasing that. Where you get good gear is here, where you when you rank up a major rank, you get really good gear. And as you rank up, and so all you have to do is just pretty much play strikes, which does take a while to get to legendary level until it resets back, then you can repeat that again. But what happens is when Iron Banner was here, it really pushes your rank really fast, and I got a lot of good gear very quickly. But as you can see, I can't get that gear anymore because I was legendary, and once you pass legendary, you reset everything. You can still get your, as you can see, reset, you'll get an exotic and stuff, but I can't get the engrams anymore that are highly powered level once it's reset. So keep that in mind, that don't think you can just rinse and repeat. Once you get to legendary, they won't drop again. You can keep rinsing and repeating, looking for exotics, but there's better ways to farm exotics than that way. Also to note, keep doing bounties. They help a lot with your power level when you play quests. They give a lot of XP for your season, so that every time you rank up for season, it helps that you will get gear, you will get materials which you really need for upgrading your gear. So keep playing your season as your battle passes you unlock, and do bounties because they do quite boost it. And the bounties also help quite a lot boosting your power level higher, your plus power level, the bonus power level that you're getting, which does help a lot. So all in all is, as you play more and you keep repeating weeklies and doing these things, which is very important. And then try to always keep an eye out when Trial of Osiris comes back and Iron Banner, because they do give you a lot of good gear. I hope, guys, this was simplified a little bit. I know it's still 13-minute video type of thing, but I hope this has helped some new players what to do, and just keep playing until you get your caps. And I hope this is clarified for people how caps work and where you need to farm gear and how to do weekly. So thank you guys again for watching. I really appreciate it if you like and subscribe. It really helps us, and please let me know in the comments if I missed anything. See you all in the next one.